The door slams behind her before she can grab it. The sound hits hard, like something made the choice for her. Lena turns fast, hand reaching, but the wood doesn't move. The latch feels locked from the outside. Her breath shortens. She presses her palm against the door anyway. "Open," she says. Nothing answers. She listens. The barn holds a strange quiet. Not empty. Just waiting. Then it comes. Lena. She freezes. The voice is low. Close. Not behind her. Not outside. Somewhere inside the wood, the dust, the air itself. "Who's there?" she asks. Silence. "I heard that. You always do." Her throat tightens. She turns slowly, eyes adjusting to the dim. The barn stretches wide, full of stalls and broken tools. Hay scattered like something disturbed it recently. "Show yourself. You never did like the dark." Her hand finds the wall. Rough wood under her fingers. She starts moving along it, slow, careful. Every step sounds too loud. "I'm not a child," she says. "No. You just act like one." She stops. Jaw clenched. "I don't know you." A soft sound follows. Almost like a breath. Almost like a laugh. "That's not true." She steps deeper into the barn. The air feels thick. Warmer than outside. Like it's been holding something in. Her boot hits metal. She looks down. A badge. Half buried in hay, rust eating through its edges. She crouches and pulls it free. Dirt falls away, but the shape is clear. A sheriff's badge. Her hand tightens around it. "No," she whispers. "You remember that." She shakes her head. "It's just old junk." "Say his name." "I won't." "Say it." She stands up fast, anger cutting through the fear. "I said I don't know you." "You know the badge." "It's not his." "You know it is." Her breath comes quicker now. She looks around, trying to find the source. Nothing moves. No one stands in the stalls. No footsteps. No shadow shifting. Only that voice. "You left it here," it says. "I left nothing. You left everything." She backs into a stall, wood pressing into her spine. The smell of hay grows stronger, mixed with something older. Burnt, maybe. Or just memory pretending to be real. "I came here to get out of the sun," she says. "That's it. You came back." "I never came here." "You're here now." Her fingers curl tighter around the badge. The metal feels warmer than it should. "Stop this," she says. "Why?" "Because it's not real." "You keep saying that." "It's not." "Then open the door." She turns fast and moves back to the entrance. Grabs the handle. Pulls. Nothing. She pulls harder. The door doesn't shift. Her breath stumbles. "It's stuck," she says. "It's closed." "I can fix that." "Like before?" Her hands stop moving. "There was no before," she says quietly. The voice doesn't answer right away. When it does, it's softer. "You don't even lie well." She leans her forehead against the door. Eyes shut tight. "This place is empty," she says. "No." "Yes." "No." She slams her palm against the wood. "There's no one here." "Lena." She flinches. The voice is closer now. Right behind her ear. "You said my name," she whispers. "I always have." She spins around. Nothing. Just the barn. The stalls. The dust hanging in the air like it's watching her. Her chest rises and falls too fast. "What do you want?" she asks. A pause. Then quiet. I asked you something. You heard me. That's not an answer. It is. She presses her lips together. Thinks. Tries to steady herself. You're in my head, she says. Then why does it hurt? I'm not hurt. You will be. She swallows. You don't scare me. You came here scared. I came here to think. You came here to remember. I don't remember anything. That's the problem. She steps away from the door again. Slower now. Careful. Tell me where you are, she says. I'm where you left me. Her chest tightens again. I didn't leave anyone. You left him. I was a child. You were there. I didn't do anything. That's exactly it. She shakes her head hard. No. Yes. No. Her voice cracks. The barn creaks softly, like something shifting in the walls. Say his name, the voice repeats. I won't. Say it. I won't. Silence stretches. Heavy. Pressing in from all sides. Then, quieter than before, almost gentle. He said yours. Her eyes snap open wider. What? He called for you. Her breath catches. That's not true. He kept calling. Stop. You heard him. Stop. You walked away. I didn't. You did. Her grip on the badge trembles. I didn't, she says again, weaker now. The voice moves again. Not behind her. Not in front. Everywhere. Lena. She doesn't answer. Lena. Her knees feel unsteady. Lena. Stop saying my name, she snaps. A pause. Then, soft. That's all he had left. Her fingers stay locked around the badge. The metal digs into her skin, but she doesn't loosen her grip. The voice lingers after that last line, quiet now, like it said what it needed. Lena stands still, back pressed to the stall, breath uneven. She shakes her head once, slow, like she can push the words out. You're lying, she says. No answer. You don't know anything. A beat. Then, softer than before. I know him. Her jaw tightens. No. I know his voice. You don't. I know how it sounded when he shouted. Her chest rises fast. Stop. I know how it sounded when he begged. That's not true. You remember that part. I said stop. Her voice cracks again, thinner now. The air feels heavier. She steps forward, like movement might break whatever this is. You don't get to say his name, she says. I didn't. Then don't. You're the one holding it. Her eyes drop to the badge. The star-shaped stares back at her, worn but still clear. The edge of the engraving shows through the rust. She rubs it with her thumb without thinking. Don't, the voice says. Her hand freezes. Don't clean it. I'm not, she says. You always do that. I said I'm not. You try to make it look better. Her throat tightens. It doesn't change what it is. I know what it is. Say it. She doesn't. Say it. Her fingers tremble slightly against the metal. It's his, she whispers. Silence. Then the voice shifts. Not sharp now. Not pushing. Say his name. She shakes her head. No. You just said it without saying it. I won't. You're scared of it. I'm not scared. You won't even say it. I don't have to. You do. Why? Because he still owns it. Her eyes flick up. No, he doesn't. He owned the town. That's over. He owned the law. He's gone. He owned you. Her breath stops for a second. That's not true. You followed every word. He was my father. He was your sheriff. Her voice hardens. He protected people. The answer comes quick. He chose who mattered. That's what law is. That's what power is. She steps forward again, anger pushing her now. He kept things in order. He kept people quiet. He kept you quiet. I didn't need to talk. You weren't allowed. That's not the same. It is. She looks toward the door again. Still closed. Still solid. I don't have to listen to this, she says. You already are. I can leave. Try. She doesn't move this time. She knows what will happen. A long pause stretches between them. Then the voice shifts again. Lower. Slower. He called for you. Her eyes close tight. No. He said your name. That's not how it happened. You remember the door. I remember leaving. You remember the fire. I remember the smoke. You remember him inside. Her chest tightens so hard it hurts. I don't remember that. You do. I don't. You heard him. Her voice drops to almost nothing. I heard a lot of things. You heard him. She shakes her head, faster now. No. You stood right there. I was outside. You were at the door. I didn't go in. You didn't open it. Her nails press into her palm. I couldn't. You didn't. I was a child. You had the key. Her eyes snap open. I lost it. No. I dropped it. No. I couldn't find it. You held it. Her breath catches. That's not true. You felt it in your hand. I don't remember that. You closed your fist around it. I didn't. You listened to him. I didn't. You waited. I didn't. You walked away. Her voice breaks completely now. I didn't. The barn echoes her words back, thin and hollow. Silence follows. Heavy. Pressing. Then the voice comes again, softer than anything before. You said his name that night. Her body stills. No. You whispered it. I didn't. You stood at the door and said it. Her lips part, but no sound comes out. Say it now, the voice says. She stares at the badge again. Her thumb presses harder against the rusted edge, scraping dirt away without meaning to. A few letters show clearer. Not enough to read fully. But enough. Her voice barely forms it. Halvern. The air shifts. The barn creaks low, like something waking up. That's right, the voice says. Her chest tightens again. That's his name. She nods once, small, like admitting it cost her something. That's my father. A pause. Then the voice answers, colder now. That's the man you left. The word hangs there after the voice says it. Left. It doesn't fade. It sticks. Lena stands frozen, the badge heavy in her hand, her breath slow but uneven. The barn feels tighter now, like the walls have shifted closer without moving. That's not what happened, she says. No answer. I didn't leave him. Silence stretches again, but it doesn't feel empty. It feels like something waiting for her to say more. I was outside, she adds. I wasn't part of it. A faint sound cuts through the quiet. A knock. Lena turns fast toward the door. Another knock. Harder this time. Lena, a voice shouts from outside. Her chest lifts. She whispers. The knock comes again, louder. Open up. She steps forward quickly, hope pushing past the fear. I'm here, she calls. The door's stuck. Her hand grabs the handle, pulls again. It doesn't move. Pull harder, the voice outside shouts. I am. You're not trying. I said I am. Her breath comes faster now, panic mixing in. Step back, the voice says. We'll break it. She hesitates. Do it, she yells. A pause. Then nothing. No. No force. No attempt. Why aren't you doing anything? She shouts. Silence. Her grip on the handle loosens slowly. They heard you, the voice inside the barn says. She doesn't turn around. They always hear, it continues. That was real, she says. Was it? She swallows. Yes. Listen again. Another voice comes from outside. Softer this time. Lena, open the door. Her brow tightens. That's not the same voice, she mutters. No, the inside voice agrees. It sounds wrong. It sounds like them. It sounds like they're reading something. Like they practiced it. Her hand drops from the handle completely. That's not possible, she says. They came after the fire, the voice reminds her. I know that. They stood outside then too. Her chest tightens again. They tried to help. They watched. They didn't know what was happening. They knew enough. They couldn't stop it. They didn't try. She turns slowly now, facing back into the barn. You're twisting it, she says. I'm saying it straight. They were scared. So were you. That's different. Why? I was a kid. They were grown. She pauses. They didn't have power, she adds. They had numbers. That's not the same as power. It is when you use it. They didn't. They chose not to. Her jaw sets again. They came after. They came when it was over. They called for help. They called too late. The outside voices return again. Louder now. More of them. Lena. Open up. Are you in there? Her eyes flick back to the door. That's them, she says. They sound right now? She listens. The voices overlap. Too clean. Too even. They sound, she hesitates. Say it. They sound the same. They are the same. They're repeating. They always repeat. Her stomach tightens. That's not real. You keep saying that. She steps back again, away from the door. I'm not staying here, she says. You already are. I'll find another way out. There isn't one. There has to be. You know this place. I haven't been here in years. You remember it anyway. She looks around the barn again. The stalls. The tools. The far wall barely visible through the dim light. I'll check the back, she says. You can try. She moves along the side, slow but steady. Her boots crunch softly against dirt and hay. The air feels warmer with each step. Behind her, the voices outside keep calling. Lena. We're here. Answer us. She stops halfway and turns her head slightly. They didn't say that before, she says. What? They didn't say they were here. They were always there. No, she whispers. That night, they stayed back. They watched. They didn't come close. They didn't want to. Her chest tightens again. They were afraid. They were safe. That's not fair. Nothing was. She reaches the back wall. Runs her hand along it. Solid. No door. No window. Her breath shortens again. There's nothing here, she says. There wasn't then either. She leans her forehead against the wood. I'm stuck. You were always stuck. The outside voices grow louder now. Almost frantic. Lena, open the door. Please. We need to see you. Her eyes shut tight. They sound scared now, she says. They sound like they need something. They always do. What do they need? The voice inside answers without pause. They need you to stay inside. Her eyes open slowly. What? They need you to hold it. Hold what? A beat. Then, quiet and sharp. What they left behind. The voices outside keep pressing the barn like hands on glass. Lena stands near the back wall, breathing hard, listening without wanting to. The words blur together now, not real sentences anymore, just noise trying to shape itself into meaning. She presses her palm against the wood again, but it's still solid. No opening. No escape. Lena, one voice calls. Please, another follows. Then silence. Sudden. Sharp. Inside the barn, the quiet changes. Not empty. Waiting again. Lena slowly turns her head. A stall door creaks. She didn't hear it open. It is just open now. Her body goes still. No, she whispers. The stall is dark at first. Too dark. Then something shifts inside it. A small shape stands there, barely visible. Bare feet on dirt. Thin shoulders. Stillness like it has been there a long time. Lena doesn't move. Who's there? She asks. No answer. The shape steps forward. A girl. Young. Pale. Hair messy like she's been sleeping on the ground. Eyes fixed straight on Lena. Lena takes a step back without thinking. You're not real, she says. The girl tilts her head slightly. You said that before, the girl answers. Lena freezes. Her throat tightens. No, Lena says. I didn't. The girl steps closer. You did, she says. Lena shakes her head fast. I've never seen you. The girl stops just inside the light. Liar, she says softly. Silence drops between them. Lena's hand tightens again around the sheriff's badge. Who are you? She asks. The girl doesn't blink. You know me. I don't. You do. No. The girl takes another step forward. You're shaking, she says. I'm fine. You're not. I said I'm fine. The girl looks at her hand. What's that? She asks. Lena looks down at the badge. Nothing, she says quickly. The girl smiles slightly. That's his, she says. Lena's breath catches. No. Yes. Lena steps back again. You don't know that. The girl tilts her head. I do. Stop talking like that. Like what? Like you were there. The girl pauses. Then quietly. I was. Lena's chest tightens hard. You weren't born yet. The girl doesn't answer right away. She just watches her. Then. I remember the fire. Lena stops breathing for a second. No, she says again, weaker now. The girl steps closer. I remember you at the door. I wasn't there. You were. I wasn't. You were holding something. Lena's grip tightens so hard her knuckles go white. No, she whispers. The girl's voice stays calm. You dropped it. Lena shakes her head, faster now. Stop. You dropped the key. I didn't. You did. I didn't. Her voice breaks loud in the barn. The voices outside go silent again. The girl doesn't move. Just watches. Then softly. He was calling you. Lena goes still. Don't, she says. The girl steps closer again. He was screaming your name. Stop. You heard him. I didn't. You stood there. I couldn't go in. You didn't try. I was a child. The girl's eyes don't change. You had the key, she repeats. Lena's breathing becomes uneven. I don't remember that, she says. You do, the girl answers. Lena steps back until she hits the stall wall behind her. No, she says again, but it's losing strength. The girl keeps speaking, steady, soft. You stood there, she says. And you listened. Lena shakes her head, eyes wide now. I didn't listen. You did. I didn't. You heard him fall. I didn't. You heard the fire take him. Lena presses her back harder into the wood. Stop, she whispers. The girl finally stops talking. A long silence fills the barn. Then the girl steps closer again, slow. Not threatening. Certain. You left me here, she says. Lena's eyes widen. What? The girl points toward the darker corner of the barn. Lena doesn't want to look. But she does. And for a second, she sees it. A shape. Small. Still. Not moving. Her breath catches hard. That's not real, she says quickly. The girl's voice is almost gentle now. It is. Lena turns back to her fast. I don't know you. The girl's expression doesn't change. You will, she says. Lena shakes her head again, but slower now. I don't want to. The girl steps even closer. You already do. Lena whispers, barely audible. What are you? The girl answers without hesitation. What you forgot. The barn feels smaller now, like it's folding in on itself. Lena stands between the girl and the back wall, her breath uneven, her hand still locked around the badge. The rusted metal is warm now, like it has been held too long by something alive. The girl doesn't blink. She just waits. Lena shakes her head slowly. No, she says. You're not real. The girl answers without moving. You said that already. I mean it. You never mean it for long. Lena's jaw tightens. Stop talking like you know me. I do know you. You don't. The girl steps closer again, calm, steady. You're shaking again, she says. I'm not. You are. Lena pulls her hand closer to her chest. This doesn't mean anything, she says. The girl looks at the badge. It means everything. No. Yes. Lena's voice sharpens. It's just metal. It's his metal. He's gone. The girl doesn't react. That's what you tell yourself. Lena takes a step forward now, anger pushing through the fear. He was my father, she says. The girl nods once. And their sheriff. Lena pauses. That's not the same thing. It was for him. Lena looks away for a second, jaw clenched. He kept order, she says. The girl tilts her head slightly. He kept fear. That's not true. It is. Lena turns back fast. You don't know what he did. The girl's voice stays even. I know more than you want me to. Lena's grip tightens. He protected people, she says. The girl doesn't hesitate. He chose who got protection. Lena shakes her head. No. Yes. You weren't there. I was. Lena's eyes narrow. You keep saying that. Because it's true. A silence drops between them again, heavier this time. The barn creaks softly above them. Lena glances toward the door again, like she forgot it exists. Still shut. Still unmoving. "You're doing this," she says suddenly. The girl doesn't respond. "You're making this up," Lena insists. The girl steps closer. "I'm not making anything." Lena's voice rises. "You're twisting it." The girl stops right in front of her now. "You already twisted it," she says. Lena freezes. "That's not true. You made it smaller." "I didn't." "You made him better." Lena swallows hard. "He was my father." The girl nods again. "And their sheriff." Lena's breathing gets faster. "He kept things in order," she says again, weaker this time. The girl answers instantly. "He kept people in line." "That's not the same." "It is when you're the one making the line." Lena looks down at the badge again. Her fingers tremble slightly now. Dirt still clings to it, like it refuses to be clean. The girl's voice lowers. "He wore that badge when he locked the door." Lena stiffens. "No." "He did." "No." "He wore it when he stopped listening." Lena's voice cracks slightly. "Stop." "He wore it when he left them inside." Lena steps back quickly. "You're lying." The girl doesn't move. "You saw it." "I didn't." "You were standing there." "I wasn't there." "You were holding the key." Lena's breath catches hard. "I lost it." The girl shakes her head once. "You didn't lose it." "I did." "You held it too long." "I didn't." "You heard him screaming." Lena presses her hand to her head. "Stop." "You heard him calling you." "I didn't hear anything." The girl steps closer again, voice still steady, almost soft now. "You chose silence." Lena's eyes widen. "I was scared," she says quickly. "You chose silence," the girl repeats. "I was a child." "You still chose it." Lena shakes her head hard. "No." "Yes." "No." The barn feels colder suddenly, though nothing has changed. The girl looks past Lena for a moment, toward the darker side of the barn. "He was already gone when you left," she says quietly. Lena goes still. "That's not true," she whispers. The girl turns her gaze back to her. "He wasn't gone because of fire," she says. Lena's lips part, but no sound comes out. "He was gone because you stopped listening," the girl finishes. Silence drops hard again. The badge in Lena's hand suddenly feels heavier than before. Her voice barely forms. "What did you say?" Lena doesn't move after the girl's last words. The barn feels tighter again, like it remembers something she doesn't want to hold. Her hand stays locked around the badge, but now it feels wrong to hold it, like it belongs to someone else's memory. The girl stands close, watching her without blinking. Lena finally speaks, voice low. "You're not telling the truth." The girl answers instantly. "I am." "No," Lena says again. "You're twisting it." The girl tilts her head slightly. "You're the one who twisted it first." Lena shakes her head hard, like she can throw the thought away. "I didn't do anything." A pause. Then the girl steps back, pointing toward the far end of the barn. "You did." Lena's eyes follow without wanting to. The darkness there feels deeper now, not empty. Like something is layered inside it. "I don't want this," Lena says. The girl doesn't respond. "I don't want any of this," Lena repeats, louder now. Still nothing. Then the barn shifts. Not physically, but in feeling. The air changes. Heavier. Thicker. The smell of burnt wood creeps in without smoke. Lena coughs once, stepping back instinctively. "What is that?" she asks. The girl doesn't look at her anymore. She is looking at the darkness. It stayed, the girl says. What stayed? The night. Lena frowns. That doesn't make sense. The girl turns her head slowly. It does here. Lena's grip on the badge tightens again. I wasn't here, she says. The girl's voice stays flat. You were. I told you I wasn't. You were at the door. Lena stops breathing for a second. No, she says. You were, the girl repeats. Lena steps back again, pressing against the stall. I don't remember that. You remember pieces. I remember nothing like that. The girl walks forward slowly again. You remember the fire, she says. Lena nods quickly. Yes. You remember the screaming. Lena hesitates. Yes. You remember the lock. Lena stiffens. No. The girl stops. You do, she says softly. Lena's voice drops. I don't. A silence spreads. Then the barn creaks again, deeper this time. Like wood bending under pressure that isn't physical. The girl speaks again. He was inside. Lena's throat tightens. I know. You were outside. Lena nods slowly. Yes. You had the key. Lena shakes her head fast. I didn't. You did. I didn't. You felt it in your hand. Lena presses her palm tighter around the badge without realizing. I don't remember that, she whispers. You blocked it, the girl says. Lena's breathing speeds up. No. You buried it. No. You left him there. Lena's voice breaks. I didn't leave him. The barn echoes her words again, like it's testing them. Silence follows. Then the girl steps closer. You left me there too, she says. Lena freezes. What? The girl doesn't blink. I was inside. Lena shakes her head. That's not possible. It is. You weren't there. I was. Lena's voice rises again. You're not real. The girl finally moves closer, standing almost within arm's reach now. I am what stayed, she says. Lena's chest rises and falls quickly. This is in my head, she says. The girl answers calmly. Then why does it hurt? Lena doesn't respond. The girl continues. You opened the door once. Lena shakes her head. No. You opened it and saw him. I didn't. You saw what he did. Lena's breath catches. No, she whispers. You saw the room, the girl says. Lena presses her back into the wood harder. Stop, she says. You saw the fire before it spread. I didn't. You stood there and watched him choose. Lena shakes her head, tears starting now without warning. No, no. The girl's voice lowers. And you didn't move. Lena's knees feel weak. I was a child, she whispers again. The girl doesn't argue that this time. She just says it softer. You still were there. Silence drops again. Longer this time. Thicker. Then Lena finally speaks, barely audible. If I was there. The girl waits. Lena swallows hard. Why don't I remember it? The girl answers without hesitation. Because you lived through it. A long pause. Then she adds. And you didn't survive it the same way. The barn feels different after that last sentence. Not louder. Not darker. Just more aware, like it finally understands it has her attention. Lena stands still, breathing unevenly, the badge now hanging loosely in her hand instead of being held tight. Her fingers are starting to numb. The girl doesn't move away. She just watches her. Outside, the silence breaks again. A knock. Harder this time. Lena, a voice calls. Then another. We're here. Open the door. Lena flinches and turns toward the sound. That's them, she says quickly. The girl doesn't look at the door. Is it? She asks. Lena steps forward, closer to the entrance. Yes. It is. The knocking grows louder. Lena, please. We can hear you. We're not leaving. Lena reaches for the handle again, hope flashing through her fear. I told you I'm stuck, she shouts back. A pause. Then. You're not stuck, a voice replies. Just open it. Lena presses harder. It won't move. Silence. Then another voice, lower. Step away from it. Lena freezes. What? She calls. Step away, the voice repeats. Something about it feels wrong. Too steady. Too controlled. The girl finally speaks behind her. They're reading it, she says. Lena turns slightly. Reading what? The lines. Lena shakes her head. No. That's them. That's real. She looks back at the door. Try again, she shouts. A pause. Then the voices return, almost in sync. Lena, open the door. Lena, we're here. Lena, don't do this. Lena steps back slowly. They sound the same, she mutters. The girl nods once. They are. Lena turns sharply. No. They're different people. The girl answers calmly. They learned the same words. That's not how people talk. It is when they repeat fear long enough. Lena shakes her head again. No. I know them. Do you? The girl asks. Lena hesitates. The voices outside continue, but now they feel thinner. Less alive. Like something replayed. Lena, open the door. Please. We're waiting. Lena presses her hand to her chest. They came after the fire, she says quickly. They helped me. The girl tilts her head. Did they? Yes. When? Lena hesitates. They tried. After what happened? Yes. After he burned? Lena stiffens. Yes. The girl steps closer. And before that? Lena doesn't answer. The knocking starts again, louder. Lena! Stop hiding. Lena turns toward it again. They didn't stop him, she says under her breath. The girl answers immediately. No. Lena looks back at her. They didn't know, she says. The girl's voice stays flat. They knew enough. Lena shakes her head. No. They were afraid. So were you. That's not the same. Why? Lena doesn't answer. The voices outside shift again. Lena, we saw what happened. Lena's eyes narrow. What? She whispers. We saw it. She steps closer to the door. No, she says quickly. No, you didn't. The voices continue. You ran. Lena freezes. You didn't come in time. Lena shakes her head fast. No. That's not. You left him. Lena's breath catches. That's not true, she says louder. The girl speaks softly behind her. They're not all wrong. Lena turns sharply. Yes, they are. The girl steps forward again. Some of them were there, she says. Lena's voice rises. No one was inside but me and him. A pause. Then the girl says quietly. And her. Lena stops. The barn feels colder again. No, she whispers. The girl nods once. There was someone else. Lena shakes her head harder. No. No one else. The voices outside go quiet for a moment. Then one voice, different from the others, speaks. You remember me. Lena goes still. Her lips part. But no sound comes out. The girl watches her carefully. Lena whispers, almost broken. That's not possible. The voice outside repeats. You remember me. Lena steps back slowly. I don't, she says, but weaker now. The girl speaks again. You do. Lena's hand drops slightly, the badge nearly slipping. Outside, the voices stop completely now. Only one remains. Soft. Close. I was inside first. The last voice outside fades, but the silence it leaves behind feels worse. It doesn't feel empty. It feels remembered. Lena stands near the door, not touching it now, just staring at it like it might answer her if she looks long enough. Her breathing is uneven, shallow. The badge hangs loose in her fingers, forgotten for a second. Behind her, the girl doesn't move. I was inside first, the voice had said. Lena whispers, barely audible. No. The barn creaks slowly, like it is settling into something old. Something it knows too well. The girl speaks softly. You heard her. Lena shakes her head. I didn't. You did. I didn't. The girl steps closer. You just don't want to. Lena turns quickly. Stop saying that. The girl doesn't respond. Lena presses her palm to her forehead. This isn't real, she says again, weaker now. The girl answers immediately. Then why are you sweating? Lena doesn't reply. The air shifts. Lena freezes. It already did. The smell deepens. Lena steps back toward the stall wall. I left, she says. The girl answers instantly. You didn't. I got out. You didn't. I closed the door. The girl's voice stays calm. You opened it. Lena shakes her head. No. The heat rises again. A faint glow appears at the far end of the barn. Not real flame yet. Just light that shouldn't be there. Lena's eyes widen. That's not real, she says. The girl watches the glow. It is here. Lena's voice breaks slightly. I didn't do this. You were there, the girl says. I didn't start it. You didn't stop it. Lena presses her hands to her head. Stop, she whispers. The glow intensifies. Shapes begin to form inside it. Not fully clear. Just movement. Shadow-like figures behind the light. Lena backs up fast. I wasn't inside, she says again, faster now. The girl steps forward slowly. You were at the door. I wasn't inside. You saw inside. I didn't go in. You saw her. Lena stops. The heat presses closer. Her breathing shakes. I didn't see anyone, she says. The girl looks at her carefully. Yes, you did. The glow flares slightly. A sound rises with it. Not fire crackling. A voice. Distant. Choked. Calling. Lena's eyes widen. No, she whispers. The voice grows clearer. Lena. Her body freezes. The girl watches her closely. You hear it, she says. Lena shakes her head violently. No. 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 The voice inside the glow calls again. Lena. Lena stumbles back. I didn't hear that, she says quickly. The girl steps closer. You did. I didn't. You stood right there. I didn't hear anything. The voice inside the glow grows stronger. Lena, open it. Lena's breath catches hard. The barn feels like it's burning without flame now. Heat pressing from all sides. I didn't open it, she says desperately. The girl answers softly. You held the key. I dropped it. You didn't. I lost it. You kept it too long. Lena shakes her head, tears starting again without warning. No. The voice inside the glow shifts. Softer now. Closer. Lena. Her knees weaken. The girl steps right in front of her. You heard him, she says. Lena whispers. I didn't. You heard him scream your name. Lena breaks. I couldn't save him. The glow pulses once. The voice inside it repeats. Lena. Lena covers her ears. Stop. Stop. The girl doesn't move. You left him in there, she says. Lena cries now, shaking. I didn't mean to. The glow flickers. For a second, shapes inside it look like a door. The voice calls again. Lena, please. Lena whispers through tears. I tried. The girl's voice softens. No, she says. Lena looks up. The glow shifts again. The barn feels like it is no longer just a place. It feels like a moment that never ended. The girl speaks one last time in the chapter. You didn't try then. Lena stands frozen as the fire returns completely inside the memory, swallowing the edges of the barn in light. The firelight doesn't move like real fire anymore. It hangs in the barn like a memory that refuses to finish burning. Lena stands in front of it, shaking, her face wet, her breath uneven. The glow from the far end of the barn is steady now, almost calm, like it has already decided what it is. The girl stands beside her. No fear in her face. Just waiting. Lena whispers, barely able to speak. I can't do this. The girl answers softly. You already did. Lena shakes her head. No. I didn't. I didn't go in. You were at the door. I couldn't move. You didn't try to open it. I was a child. The girl turns slightly toward her. And he was inside. Lena closes her eyes tight. I know. A pause. Then the girl says. You still hear him. Lena's breath catches. No. The voice from the fire returns again, faint but real inside the glow. Lena. Her whole body tenses. The girl watches her carefully. He's still calling you, she says. Lena shakes her head fast. No. No. It's not real. The girl doesn't argue. Instead, she steps closer to the glowing end of the barn. It is real to you, she says. Lena opens her eyes slowly. The glow is still there. The shape of a door forms inside it again. Not fully real. Not fully gone. Just waiting. Lena stares at it. Her breathing slows. No, she whispers again, but weaker now. The girl speaks. You always stop here. Lena looks at her. What? You always stand right before it. Lena's voice shakes. I don't know what you mean. The girl turns toward the glowing door. You always reach this moment, she says. And you stop. Lena swallows hard. I can't go back there. The girl nods. You already did. Lena's eyes widen slightly. No. The girl steps forward, toward the light. This is just the part you never finished. Lena's voice rises. Don't. The girl stops. The glow flickers again, like it's reacting to them. The voice from inside it returns. Lena. She flinches. The girl doesn't look away from the glow. You hear him, she says. Lena shakes her head, but her body betrays her. I don't want to. The girl speaks softly. That's not the same as not hearing. Lena's hands tremble. I didn't choose this, she says. The girl turns back to her. You did, she says simply. Lena's voice cracks. I was a child. The girl nods once. And you still were there. A long pause. The barn feels like it is holding its breath now. The glow brightens slightly. The door inside it becomes clearer. A wooden frame. Old. Burned edges. Familiar in a way Lena doesn't want to understand. The voice calls again. Lena, please. Her knees weaken slightly. The girl steps closer to her now. This is where you decide, she says. Lena looks at her, confused. Decide what? The girl gestures toward the glowing door. If it stays closed. Lena stares at it. Her lips part. I didn't close it, she whispers. The girl answers quietly. You didn't open it either. Lena shakes her head. I don't understand. The girl steps right beside her again. You stood there, she says. And you left it between. Lena's breathing quickens. I didn't leave anything. The girl looks at her. You left it unfinished. The glow pulses again. The voice inside it grows softer now. Less desperate. More tired. Lena. She closes her eyes. Tears fall again.